Our next speaker is Jane Alver. Jane is a lawyer and an activist. In 2015, she went to the United Nations and joined a protest on the steps of the United Nations against the silencing of non-governmental voices. Her focus is on women's voices and finding new spaces where talking can take place and paths to action can be laid down. From the Institute for Governance and Policy Analysis, welcome Jane Alver.
Have you ever felt like this? Voiceless? Silenced? I have. Let me explain. Last year I was selected to go to the United Nations in New York to the Commission on the Status of Women. I was representing women's non-governmental organisations. After 25 years of local women's activism, I was delighted to be able to share my story at the world stage and to represent the world's women. However, when I got there, I found that the governments had already done all the deals in back rooms and closed doors, and non-governmental organisations weren't part of those discussions, nor were they allowed to be part of the discussions at the forum. I was so disappointed. I actually stood on the UN steps with my mouth taped shut in protest. I thought, if from Australia, with all the resources that we have, I don't have a voice, what then of the Pacific women who have so much fewer resources? You see, human rights for women are under siege. The goals that we set at the UN 20 years ago, and which are measured every year at the Commission on the Status of Women, are not being met. Not nearly so. And in fact, conservative blocs of countries from Latin America, from Africa and the Vatican are actively seeking to undo those commitments rather than inching our way towards them. So I decided, what can be done? Where can we have a voice? That's what my research is about. I'm looking at gender equality and to find out where can we actually make some headway. So current thinking talks about the global level and the local level. But I'm asking, could something be done at a regional level, which is a forgotten space? Are there opportunities for Australia and Pacific governments and non-governmental organisations from Australia and the Pacific to come together? Could Australia fund something regionally to actually skill up women to negotiate better, advocate better for gender equality? If we could do that in the region, only then would we have hope at the global stage. My research is important because there is no such forum currently for non-governmental organisations from Australia and the Pacific and governments to get together. So my suggestion is that Australia fund such a program or forum and to actually influence policy decision, to advocate, to move into decision making. This is my thesis. Through cooperation and innovation, we'll hear new voices, we'll find new spaces. It's like giving us a megaphone, and then our voices will be heard. Thank you.